Hey everyone, my name is Brian Howard. I'm a Calgary Realtor who has sold an average of a house a week since moving to this great city in 2003. And this is Calgary Living. It's a trailer for my podcast, Calgary Living, Real Estate and Lifestyle. I'm interviewing Calgary's top performers as it relates to living and lifestyle in our great city. Some of the podcasts will be real estate decision specific, but most will be about life in Calgary and why we choose to live here, or at least why you should visit. Thanks for tuning in. Welcome to another edition of Living in Calgary. Today on the show, I have my friend, my colleague in real estate, stager, designer, Tara Millhouse.
Yeah, hi. How's everybody doing? Hi, Brian.
Tara, welcome to the show. Have you been on a podcast before, Tara?
No, I never have. So this is my first time.
Well, welcome. So let's go and have some fun little chat. Tara, did I say your last name correctly?
Millhouse, yeah.
Millhouse.
Close.
Oh.
Millhouse, yeah.
Tell me, where does Millhouse come from? I wouldn't even guess. Tell us
it's
origins.
It's Norwegian. Yeah, it's Norwegian.
And no wonder you choose to have Northern Lights in your background today.
Yeah. Well, my maiden name is actually Columbus, but when obviously I married my husband, I took his name. And so there you go. I went from Columbus to Millhouse, which, is a big jump. And Columbus is really easy to pronounce.
And Columbus is cool too. Like, why Columbus? And where did that come from?
So I think my family's originally from Timmins, Ontario. So I believe it was actually Cologne with an E on the end, but then they over time converted to Columbus because it was easier to pronounce for people. And that's just kind of where it came from.
There, we got connected, I guess, not 2 years ago, but somewhere between a year and two ago for a stager to assist me and sort of my clients here in Calgary real estate market. I think it was Kevin French that connected us. Is that correct?
Yeah, that is correct. Yeah.
You do some business with him, I guess, as well. So lots of realtors probably. And what is the name of your business?
Staged by Tara. That's it. Yeah. I joke that I should have named my business Staged by You because essentially my business model is teaching homeowners how to stage their homes themselves, which is essentially you as the homeowner. But Staged by Tara kind of came from my other Instagram handle, which is Life by Tara, where I share photos of my family, kids, dogs, etc. And it was just kind of one night, my husband said, "What about Staged by Tara?" And that was it. The rest is history.
Cool. And tell us a little bit about how Staged by Tara came to be. Were you always interested in, like when you were going grocery shopping with your mom at the Safeway, would you pick those magazines off the rack and look at those beautiful beds with 16 cushions on them? How did you happen to become interested in design? Is it design fair or homes or staging? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. So the design aspect has always been interesting to me all throughout, like growing up and everything. I remember being young and cutting the cosmos from my mom's garden and putting them in a cup in my room with, on my bedside table. And I was probably like 12 or 13 when I was doing that. So always been interested. I worked in a different industry prior to doing this. However, staging was always kind of a side hustle for me. And basically what happened was I worked in sport and then I had a baby in March of 2019, went on mat leave, come around to 2020, COVID happened. There's no such job for me. And so basically I took my side hustle, pivoted and turned it into my full time. And here we are today.
Did you say you were in sports?
Yeah. I worked
What kind of sports?
All sorts. So I'm originally from Ontario. I graduated with a corporate communication certificate, and then I went on to do my master's in professional communications. In Ontario, I worked for Toronto Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment. And then when I moved to Calgary, I worked at, now it's Repsol, but Lindsay Sport, formerly Talisman Center. And then I moved on and worked in sport tourism at Tourism Calgary.
Wow. Interesting. Yeah. And then, so did you have to go back to school, become a designer, or did you say, "Hey, I'm a designer," because you watched a lot of TV?
No, I actually had taken a few courses out of just personal interest and put them in my back pocket. Didn't really do anything with them except, personal, doing things in my own home and, obviously helping friends and family, that sort of thing. Just really just passion pieces. It wasn't until I moved to Calgary that I was able to actually take my staging program that I had taken and really apply it. And I had only really worked with one agent prior to making a pivot in my career path and turning this into my full-time.
Oh, cool. cool. That's great.
Yeah.
And what year did you move to Calgary?
The year of the flood, 2013.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. I'm always like, I know that's not a really good thing to associate moving here, but it's a way for me to remember. And honestly, that it was a historic moment for Calgary too.
Tell me about that move coming to Calgary. 2013, as a realtor in the real estate business, it was a busy year. Prices were up. It was hard to find a rental accommodation. What was it like for you arriving in Calgary that year and your sort of housing experience? Do you remember back to that time?
Yeah, I actually was. So I had completed my master's in Australia and I was just coming back to Canada. And basically, we had some friends that lived in Calgary when I moved here with one of my best friends. And we had mutual friends that lived here. And basically, they actually helped us look for some rental units. I don't know whether it was because of the flood that people had moved out and didn't come back, or it was just luck. I'm not sure. But we ended up finding a pretty great place in Mission. It was called the Athlone. I don't know if you're familiar with that building, 19th and 4th.
Did it flood? 19th and 4th.
It didn't.
It was close, yeah.
Yeah, it didn't actually. And we got really lucky and, we were able to move in. And it was after the flood, of course, that we were here. And yeah, it was excellent.
Great. And what most strikes you about living in Calgary, Tara?
You know what? I think that Calgary is an awesome city. First of all, for hair, it's amazing. There's no humidity.
I find the same thing.
Yeah. Compared to Ontario, you curl your hair in the summertime and then it's flat in a second. But yeah, Calgary is a great city. I feel like I'm very connected to many like-minded people here. It's very vibrant. It's very young. It's very entrepreneurial. There's lots of opportunity for people to expand. I really don't think that I would be as successful doing what I am doing now in Ontario just because it's so much more competitive. Not saying that Calgary isn't. There's more room.
Interesting. So it sounds like, so in 2013, you're like finishing, it sounds like a master's degree in Australia. You have a good friend. Maybe they're there with you. I'm not sure. How did you happen to choose Calgary? Because you're kind of an international person at that point. You could have went to, Denmark. You could have went to maybe Auckland, but you choose Calgary. How did that happen?
Yeah, so I had one of my best friends lives here, and she just always said, Calgary's a great place. You should move here. You can move forward a lot faster in your career. And honestly, it takes one person to, have in a different city. And I didn't have anybody anywhere else. And I was really looking forward to just moving, forward and not moving home and into my mom's basement sort of thing. As you know, Ontario, prices of places are really expensive and it's hard to get ahead there. And, I just took the opportunity and said, you know what, I have nothing to lose. I have one person. That's all I need. And I just went for it. And then my friend of mine kind of jumped on my plan and we came together.
Wow. And so, and then you met your sweetheart a few years later.
Yeah, actually, you're going to laugh. I met him only a couple months living here in Calgary. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
This is all meant to be. Because I think we recently, sort of last time, you've done some work with me and my clients, but the last time we met sort of physically was, I think probably, was it August or September? And you were very pregnant. Was it baby number 1?
Yeah, no, that's baby number 2.
Oh, baby number 2. Okay.
Yeah. So I had my second baby
September 8th. September 8th.
Yeah.
I don't know why I remember that. I'm not actually the best with numbers, but that's great. And so what are the babies' names and how old are they now?
My first son, his name is Jackson and he's 3. His birthday is March 9th. And then my second son, he was born September 8th, 2021.
Wow.
And his name is Cody. Yeah.
And so he's about 8 months old or something. Is that right?
6.5. Yeah.
Great. So then there'll be a baby number 3 because we need to have a girl in this family, right?
I don't know. I think I'm a boy mom for life.
Well, we'll see about that. We'll check in a few years. Tell us what's really easy for you these days, maybe in your business or your life or being a mom. I can't imagine there's a lot easy, but it's a busy household. What's easy?
Yeah, what's easy? Laundry is easy. No, I'm just kidding. You know what? Easy is the fact that I get to do what I love and I actually get to help people. And I'm really excited that I was able to have the support to go forward with this path because it takes a lot of courage to start from scratch and, turn nothing into something and have the support of my family and my husband and that sort of thing. So you know what? That's easy. The easy part is doing what I love. That's easy.
That's awesome. Good for you. Can you tell us a little bit about what's hard? I mean, relating to the transition from that sort of previous sort of big sport business to like Staged by Tara. That's quite a pivot.
Yeah. The hard part for me is, I guess, in terms of learning how to manage my own business from the back end. That stuff is a little bit trickier for me. Not saying that I can't do it. It's just not my strong suit. And yeah, I mean, I'm a transparent person, so I wouldn't say like doing business on your own is easy. The easy part for me is the stagings and bookings and the connection and, you know, chatting with people like you and that sort of thing. But the hard part is kind of the back end for me.
Tell us a little bit about your real estate process. You know, it sounds like you're moved into, like, when you moved to Calgary, you moved to a cool, walkable neighborhood, Mission, Central Southwest. What's been your real estate journey since that? Have you and your partner or husband have already purchased a home or 2 or 3 homes? Where are you guys at?
Yeah, so when I moved here, I just rented. And then when I met my husband, a little bit after we had met, I moved in with him in his house that he had already owned. So to be honest, I've never actually gone through the process that I help other homeowners do. Like, I haven't done the staging part. I haven't put a house up for sale or anything like that. So I'm sorry, I'm not as exciting.
Well, we need to get your home on the market and get it sold so you can have that experience.
Yeah, so I know what it's really like. Yeah. But I did just recently do it with my sister. So I understand the steps in the process.
Is your sister in Calgary too now?
She is, yeah. Actually, my entire family followed me. So my sister came and then my mom came, and my sister's in Calgary and my mom is in Canmore.
That is awesome. Well, we're so happy you came because, you know, Alberta's a better place because of you and your family.
Yeah, thank you. I'm so glad to be here.
And how about your intuition system, Tara? When I ask that question, what does it mean to you? And how does your intuition system work for you? You can just tell me, bug off, Brian. I'm not... What are you talking about? Or you can acknowledge the question. I don't even know what I mean by the question, but how does intuition work for you?
Honestly, it's all about gut feeling. You know, and intuition, let's just talk about it from like a home staging perspective. When you walk in a space and sometimes you're like, oh, this furniture doesn't work quite right? And I guess that's an intuition. And, you know, helping people see their spaces in a different light by just simply moving a chair and shifting a sofa, that sort of thing. It's just about gut feeling for me.
Neat. I love that. I was in a condo building yesterday. There's something very odd about that building. The furniture in the lobby and the common areas. It's just wrong. And it's just interesting. Maybe we should give you a referral to that property management company. Or because the condo building, the volunteer board that run it, they don't know that it's wrong, obviously, because if they did, they would fix it up a little bit, because it makes it easier for the owners in the building to sell their unit when there's a nice feeling in the lobby and in the common spaces. Anyway, it's interesting, that intuition. Thanks for sharing that.
Yeah, no problem.
And so you moved to Calgary, a young person, in 2013. We had a very vibrant and booming economy at that time. In 2015, the market changed and it became a kind of a tougher cycle. Calgary is known now, Tara, that we're a boom bust economy, or have been. A lot of us, the leaders in our city, would like to avoid that. So you moved here in a very vibrant time. It actually, from 2015 to recently, maybe 2021, the start of 21, our economy suffered, and it went down every year from 2015 to about 2021. And currently it's booming and our real estate prices are increasing. And so you're a part of this young demographic, I assume in your 30s. How does that all feel to you, that boom bust economy? And maybe share, maybe not even so much your own experience, but I imagine you have friends who maybe bought in 2013 and 14 and then wanted to sell in 2016, 17, 19 and weren't able, or were losing money. And can you talk to us a little bit about that and your sense of that? And even, like, I guess, kind of, how do you, your family or your friends, do you save for a rainy day in Alberta? Or maybe you could just speak to that boom bust economy.
Yeah, from the boom bust experience, I mean, it's definitely something that affects the entire city, right? Whether you work in oil and gas, whether you work in real estate, and everything in between. Because what happens is there's not enough money, you know, going into those larger industries, there's not enough money for all the extras. Things get cut. So, you know, working kind of in the corporate world, I did see that happen a lot. You know, events or budgets or things like that were cut. And, you know, from when I had first arrived and started working here in Calgary, it was exciting and lots of events and it was very generous. Shift happened. the bust, let's call it, and things became more tight. Now we're in a boom. And what's happening now is just crazy. I mean, people are moving to the city left, right, and center, buying and shopping homes without even seeing them in person. We have people wanting to, during COVID, do home renovations, crazy home renovations because they couldn't travel and they couldn't do anything else. And, now we're seeing boom for sure. And I think it's exciting to see that happening again. The city feels vibrant. I mean, the Calgary Flames, I think, are first in the division right now. So the Red Mile's coming back.
Yes.
But I mean, it's exciting. Do I save for a rainy day, or should you? I think we all should save a little bit here and there. We shouldn't run ourselves empty and then, hope that it's going to continue booming forever. That doesn't mean that, that's for everybody. So I think enjoy the time right now. And, when it's a little bit down, maybe when we go back to doing things that, aren't as exciting per se. And so we're excited for the future.
Awesome. That's great. I appreciate that. Really kind of good thoughts. Just in your own experience with, you had any, going back to a little bit about the friends that maybe bought in 2013 or 14, or, friends having troubles in the real estate. Have you met any, is that part of your network as well? Or just? Yeah,
I do. I have my one particular friend, she owns a large condo downtown, and this time it's coming potentially, the value is increasing, but in the past few years, I mean, it's been a little bit of a challenge, looking at those potential numbers, if they were looking at selling or not, but just looking at the value of that, it can be challenging. A lot of my other friends, maybe a secondary property that they're renting. Now, they're looking to offload those properties because they know they can make a profit now. Yeah, it's been an interesting journey for them, especially the ones with secondary properties. But I mean, now they're excited to sell. Now's the time, and they're hopping on bandwagon.
Exactly. Good for you. That's awesome. Tell me, Tara, wanting to keep this, relatively short for our own time as well as our listeners' time, maybe a few more questions. What advice would you give to your younger self?
You don't care what other people say. Ask for opinions, but really just do what you want, because everybody's opinion is going to be different, and in your heart what is right for you. I mean, if I hadn't done the journey of, my communications and all of that, I don't think I would be in the place that I am today. My job definitely has to have a design eye, but it's also very much a communications position, because it's about communicating to homeowners without hurting somebody's feelings or being, you have to be appropriate and the appropriate approach to this position as well.
Excellent. And so you've done a complete pivot, I guess, a couple of years ago or so. You've done sort of sports marketing and all sorts of things around that. Is there another profession that you would have attempted, or maybe would attempt sometime in the future, other than the two that you've done so far as a young woman?
Yeah, I joked with my husband the other day that I should have been like a landscaper or horticulturist or something like that, something to do with plants and gardening and interior plants, exterior plants, because I do have a passion for, I joked on my Instagram the other day that I have a passion for bringing back dead house plants that clients give me when I, come for a staging, and they're not going to take them with them. They're either going to go in the garbage or they come home with me. So yeah, something like that, something related to plants.
Interesting. That's fun. What's the best way for people to reach out to you or find you or follow you or connect? You're on Insta for sure.
Yeah, Instagram, for sure. I'm on Instagram, Staged by Tara. A really cool following on TikTok. If anybody is on TikTok, under the same handle, Staged by Tara as well. And of course, you can look at me online, stagedbytara.com, and then all my contact information would be on all of those sites.
Well, that's great, Tara. I want to thank you for being on the show. Ask for our audience, or any last comments?
Yeah, I mean, just one other thing too, if anybody ever wants some ideas or tips or tricks or anything like that, I'm always interested I always read the comments that people post on my Instagram and TikTok for styling of certain things or ideas or what to do. So, don't think I don't see all of those. It's just me doing all of that. So I read every comment and I try to respond, whether it's via texting back and forth through comments or creating a video for you. So please comment, and I want to hear what you want to see.
It's like, wait, you will create a video for someone? Tell me more about that. This is something I don't quite understand yet in my social media journey. What does that mean?
Yeah. So on TikTok, there's actually a feature where you can reply to a comment on a previous post with a video where the
Oh.
comment shows up in the top, and then you can create the video based on the question.
Wow, that's interesting. Okay, I got to try that out. We always have to be staying current, don't we?
Yeah, for sure.
Tara, it's been a real pleasure. We look forward to seeing you again at one of our clients' homes, and we thank you for your help and your passion and your interest in our city. Thank you for being a leader out there in Calgary.
Yes, thank you so much. Thanks, Brian.
Thanks for being on the show.
Okay, see you later.